Today's horror story is from It's Demon, and it is about player tries to mansplain the rules of the game I'm running to me, gets the rules wrong.
The first sentence, to preface this, I am a woman, obviously, because otherwise the guy wouldn't be mansplaining. So to preface this, I am a woman, obviously. I am also the rare variety of person who prefers to GM rather than play. High five to you. I'm with you. I love to play, but I love GMing more. I've been GMing for a while without thinking much of the lack of women who GM until this incident. This is one of maybe 3 occasions my gender has been relevant. Your gender is always relevant. I assume she means in context of the game, I guess. But I primarily run Mage the Ascension, and I began organizing a group for a new campaign with the story of being fairly dark and serious. Sounds cool. This was spurred on by a few people I knew being interested in trying Mage and me wanting to introduce them to it. So rather than publicly recruit players online, a few of the players were grandfathered in by the people I invited. So she invited some players she knew, and they invited some of their friends.
Ponzi pyramid.
That's a good way to do it, at least.
MLM, multi-level in marketing. yeah.
Like a pyramid scheme for D&D.
yeah.
This player, the player that she's going to discuss in this story, was one of the people she hadn't met before. He claimed to have a few years of experience with Mage, which I was happy about since most of the other players were new. We began playing, and he was immediately a bit of an issue. He would interrupt me when I was asking the other players to roll skills to explain the basic systems of the game, like setting roll difficulty to me. I'm pretty assertive, so it wasn't super serious, as I would just cut him off by saying I was speaking to the other players. But he also sent me difficulty and duration charts and stuff during the sessions, which was pretty distracting considering I already knew all of it. Recruited players, not an assistant DM.
Mansplain.
The main issue was not that. As I assumed, he was just trying to be helpful, and it was misplaced goodwill, but rather when we had a scene with his character and he botched, essentially, he crit failed in the storyteller system. He claimed that he had a merit that made him unable to botch. I looked at his sheet. He tells me it's the charmed existence merit. I say that I haven't heard of it before, which is fairly unusual since I know the 20th and revised editions very well.
20th edition? What is Mage? Is it like 100 years old?
It must be.
20th edition. They're patching it up like crazy. What's happening?
If you need 20 patches, what's up?
Yeah.
I think it's time to get a new tire. I don't want to make fun of it. I don't know the system. It's probably great.
Doesn't sound like that.
20th. So I ask, hey, what's this? What book is this from? And he can't respond. I Googled it because it's absurdly overpowered, and I can't imagine anyone writing this merit and thinking it was a good idea. And it shockingly is a real merit from 2nd edition. They're playing 20th, and this guy went back to 2nd. Oh, that's digging deep for OP. You do this. I say...
Hey, this merit is invalid since it's from a different edition of the game, from an ancient one.
Yeah, like 18 editions ago.
10 times less.
He starts chewing me out in front of the group. A lot of whining about he doesn't have the new edition, he doesn't have enough options, and how it's totally balanced merit because it costs 5 whole freebie points. I guess that's a lot, probably.
I guess it's not a lot, probably. Not enough, I think, because...
Yeah, probably not.
Otherwise, it would stay in 20th edition, or at least in 10th. But it is only in 2nd.
Yeah, there's a reason why they eliminated this merit 18 editions ago. I try to calm the situation down enough so that we can keep playing, and we do. I should have kicked him out at this point, in retrospect. I agree. But This is the first time I've ever had a problem player. You're lucky. And I was worried about him blowing up at me if I confronted him. We play again the next week. Some of the same issues continue. Not cooperating with the other players, saying his character does things without rolling first, getting the rules wrong and then arguing with me on textbook rulings, and being passive aggressive to me outside the game. Gotta go. Should have let him go already.
It is so annoying.
It is. Eventually, I tell him if he has an issue with me to DM me about it later rather than make passive aggressive comments during the game. He starts calling me a B word.
What?
He's kicked out immediately. You can't do that. That's not okay.
Name calling.
Yeah.
Rules.
Come on, dude. Grow up.
He's unstable.
At this point, the DM, she has the realization, oh, he's just a misogynist. And that explains a lot of his past behavior toward me. Talking over her, interrupting, mansplaining, all of that, right? And the other women in the group. So I message him privately and try to politely tell him he's out of the game. He floods my DMs. That's easy enough to deal with. Kick him out of the game and block him.
I don't think that he is necessarily a misogynist. He might be the same over a guy as well.
It's possible. He could have been. I don't know. But he definitely wouldn't call a guy the B word in a game.
He could. He could.
If he did, it would be weird and he'd probably get punched in the face. Because guys don't play that way. We just punch each other and get over it.
For a joke, we sometimes can call each other. I play in Yomi, for example, like card game. It is a one-on-one, and we are talking shit to each other, but playfully, you know.
That's
like,
different. This
I
doesn't
take you
seem
and
playful.
throw you on the ground, bitch. Like that.
Yeah, that's a different context, I think.
There is no aggression. It is teasing.
This guy seems to come out of left field with this attack. A personal attack on top of it.
True. This is different.
So he floods my DMs calling me the B word again and telling me I should never run games again. I block him, and he goes on to try to slander me to the rest of the group, which fails because nobody liked his behavior.
This is always such a bad idea. What are you trying to achieve by when you are against a DM? You're going to the rest of the group trying to.
Why are these people always so unself-aware?
Yeah. He can't read the room at all. He thinks that everybody likes him.
He thinks everybody agrees with him.
This is such
and somehow would back him up as he levies personal attacks against the DM.
Zero self and never.
If we were sitting at a table together playing the game and he popped off like that, I would have escorted him to the door personally. I would have said, collect up your crap because you're going. Either I'm dragging you or you're going willingly, but you're out of here. I don't even care if it was my house.
I would do it in the first place if it is my house. If it is not,
if it was my house, my wife would have dragged him out before I even got to do it, because she would have had none of this. And I definitely would have told him, look, you got to go. Anyway, she says, I have no clue why misogynists try to join groups where the storyteller is female. This is not the only person who has tried this, although he was the only one to get into the group since he wasn't screened like normal. He came with a friend. I think I'm with you, though. I'm not entirely sure he's a misogynist. He does have some of the behaviors. I don't know if he would have been just as big of a jerk with a male DM as well. I think he probably would have. But I think he stepped over the line with the personal attacks against a woman, which in that case, I see why she considers him a misogynist. So I'm certainly not going to disagree with her because it's her feeling about it, not mine. But I think he probably would be a jerk in any game he's in.
Yeah, I think that it is sometimes very too easy to put labels when a person is just a jerk, to put a label of misogynist because he is a jerk towards a woman. Never know if there will be guy, he would probably act just like that. Probably.
It's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I don't see that like gender references at all. Calling her biatch, well, okay, but it doesn't make you misogynist. It just makes you a jerk.
She did mention, where was it? Realization that he's a misogynist, and it explained a lot of his past behavior toward me and the other women in the group. So if there was a lot more evidence that we didn't hear about, then I would take that into consideration as well, of course. I think his behavior is totally inappropriate. This is a game. We're supposed to be having fun playing. It can't ever degenerate to personal attacks. Keep it in character or go home.
No name callings.
This woman who runs this game puts a lot of time and effort into running this game for you, and this is how you behave like a poorly raised 5-year-old? I would have escorted him out long before it got to that point. The first time he threw the B word at me, he's out of here. And I wouldn't care if he threw it at me as a guy, I would have thrown him out. Be like, what are you, crazy? Get out of here.
What are you, crazy?
Have you lost your mind?
What are you, dumb biatch?
Take this attitude home with you, because we're going to play some RPG and we don't need any negativity.
Did he say it is not a game? A D&D is not a game?
I think that was the last one.
The previous one, yeah. Okay.
I think that was the previous story that he yelled about, that it wasn't a game.
I like that quote.
D&D is not a game!
It is not a TTRPG.
I think it's in the title. RPG, role-playing game. I think the DM made a couple of mistakes here by letting him stay in the group too long.
At least she admitted it. Unlike the previous one, who spent 5 years being oblivious in what he did wrong, she got her lesson.
The Dreadful Light commenter says, man, some people are just toxic, I guess. Who the F recommended this a-hole, though? I might have to question that person. Like, how did you think this person was good for our game?
Take a little responsibility in people you drag in, alright?
Yeah.
Next time. This is not Ponzi scheme when you can drag whoever you want. Just take money from him. This is something where you have to be a little bit more considering.
I think so. And I think it reflects a little bit, like if I brought this person to the table, I'd be embarrassed. I would probably stand up and say, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
How old are you?
You have to take some responsibility for that. Or be
awesome. That was a good story, though. And then this DM, I think, was probably a great DM. She made a mistake and not kicking him out sooner, but I think she's fine. I'd play that game. It sounded fun.
I don't know, 20 editions. It does sound like weird.
You think after 20, though, they probably got it right.
Or completely messed up.
Oh, maybe. That's true. They can get off track. Like, edition 17 was like 4 steps backwards.
Yeah.
And they needed 3 more just to get it right again. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm making fun of your favorite system, but 20 editions does sound like a lot. Even D&D's only up to 5, and it's been around since the 70s. Well, technically 6, 5.5 or whatever. Should we remind our viewers how much we love them and need them to validate us by liking and subscribing?
Show us your validation by pressing a thumbs up. And if
even if you don't like us, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You can just think of it as a middle finger instead of a thumbs up, but give it to us anyway.
And if you do like us, then you can hit subscribe.
Because we're going to do more stories. And I have a feeling they're going to get even more passionate as we go.
As soon as weather is going to cool down, we are going to get warmed up.
Until the winter, then I'm going to be freezing because I live in Michigan.
Fair enough.